Hello and welcome to this video about why the GreatLife Worldwide Relaunch has my attention. My name is Saley Clark. I'll be your tour guide for this video. And as I said, the GreatLife Worldwide July 2026 relaunch really has my attention. And I'm going to tell you why in this video. Now, I've been involved with GreatLife Worldwide since 2024, so this isn't a case of me suddenly discovering the company. It's not. I've been watching what's been happening behind the scenes for quite a while now. But I'll tell you this, the closer we get to relaunch, the more interested I become. And that's saying something, because I've looked at a lot of companies over the years. Some got my attention, most didn't. Some looked great at first, but then they completely fizzled out when you dug a little deeper, a whole lot of flash, and that's about it. So others just didn't offer anything that made me stop and pay attention. And I'm telling you, this relaunch has my attention. Excuse me. And the reason really isn't just one thing. It's several things that are happening at the same time. For starters, I already like the company, but I like the direction in which they're headed. One thing I've learned over the years is that complicated doesn't duplicate very well. When something's hard to understand, hard to explain, and hard to teach, a lot of people that have less experience or even the same amount of experience, they struggle with it. Simple always wins, almost every dang time. And from what I've seen so far, GreatLife Worldwide appears to be moving towards a simpler model. And I like that, okay? Because simpler is easier. Simpler is easier for you and your teammates and people that you bring in if you choose to do this. So another thing that got my attention is the fact that they're not just tweaking one little thing and calling it a relaunch. I see that a lot. That's garbage. They're making changes across the board. So in other videos, which I'll leave links to in the bottom in this description of this video, so we've talked about matrix qualifications, talked about fast start commissions, talked about the matrix levels 1 through 14, talked about matrix compression, talked about coded bonuses, all that good stuff. And there are still additional things that will be introduced in the July 2026 relaunch. So when I step back and look at all of it together from a bird's eye view, I don't see a company standing still. I don't see a company changing just one thing to hype up a quote relaunch. I see a company that's already great, has been great, that is trying to improve. I see a company that's trying to make things better than they were before. I see them trying to create more value for both customers and affiliates. That really does get my attention. Another thing that really piques my interest is leverage. Now, I've always been a fan of leverage, not because I don't want to work. Anybody that knows me knows I work my buns off. But there are systems, tools, and resources that can help people get more done. Why the heck wouldn't you use them? That's just common sense. So one of the things being discussed as part of this relaunch is, directly to that point, additional marketing support and systems. Yet again, that makes it easier. And if you watch some of my previous videos, you already know that's one of the things that caught my attention early on and something I'm very excited about and something you should be excited about as well. Now, does any of this guarantee success? No. No company can guarantee success. No compensation plan can guarantee success either. And nobody should ever join an opportunity expecting money to magically fall out of the sky. That's not how this stuff works. It still comes down to effort, consistency, learning, and helping other people. But here's what I will say. If I wasn't interested, if I wasn't curious and excited about this relaunch, I wouldn't be making these videos. If I didn't think there was something worth your time and paying attention to, I would have moved on a long time ago. I wouldn't be making these videos, and I haven't moved on. In fact, the closer we get to the July relaunch, the more excited I get about what I'm seeing, and the more I want to share it with other people because they need to see the same thing, in my opinion. So I'm keeping an eye on it. I'm covering it here in videos, and I'm sharing it with you. Look, you don't have to take my word for it. You may be on my video and may have just met me for the first time. Like I said, the details are in the description of the video. Go through the information yourself, watch the other videos, read the comp plan document, see what this company is putting together, but do not make the mistake of waiting until after everybody is talking about it before you decide to take a look. And do not hesitate to get in early. I've seen people do that for years. They wait and they wait and they wait. Then, when momentum starts building, suddenly they wish they'd paid attention sooner and got in sooner. What I'm saying is, in my opinion, positioning matters, timing matters. And right now, we're still in a position where people can look at what's happening before this relaunch is rolled out and get themselves positioned. That's one of the reasons I'm keeping a close eye on it. And that's why one of the reasons I am telling everybody and their mother about it. I like the direction. I like the simplicity. I like the focus on systems for everybody who's involved. And I like where I think this thing could be headed. Now, of course, you need to make your own decision. No one else can do that for you. I can't do that for you. But go review all the material. If you're seeing stuff that makes sense to you, if the relaunch piques your interest the way it has mine, don't sit there and watch from the sidelines. Get positioned. And let's see where this thing goes together. So get positioned for success. If you'd like to learn more, I put a link right at the top of this description. Also, there's a compensation plan document in there and the other videos. Thanks for watching this video all the way through. Again, my name is Celia Clark, in case we haven't met. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share this with someone else that has interest in this kind of thing. And don't forget, once you subscribe to my channel, be sure to mash that bell icon so you don't miss further videos from me. Until we speak again, have a great day.